Trojan Sports Now.
Hello and welcome to Trojan Sports Now. I'm Amy Austin.
And I'm Clay Yeager. Stick around as we bring you the latest news and scores from Troy Athletics.
The football team started strong in Saturday's game as they looked to gain their first victory, but Abilene Christian came back in the second half to defeat the Trojans. The Troy football team started off the game with energy and points, but Abilene Christian came back to defeat the Trojans 38-35. And after this tough loss, head coach Larry Blakeney knows his team is in a rough patch this season.
We're in the throes of a sad time here after losing a game to a team that everybody thinks we're supposed to beat. And this team that beat us tonight can beat anybody in this league. I don't know if they could do it if they had to play us all in succession, but they're good enough to beat.
After this loss, the team's morale is down, and to improve for the rest of the season, Blakeney says his team needs to perform better.
That whole group down there is frustrated, and you know, our coaches are, and if any of you think, you know, I'm as frustrated as all of them put together. So, you know, yeah, we're frustrated. We got to play better. We got to do a lot of things better.
With 3 losses against them, the only way for the Trojans to regain their momentum and focus is to get back to the basics.
I don't know but one way, cuz, and that's to, you know, lay your shoulder to the plow and go back to work and try to get your players to do the same and you know, intensify your efforts. And I thought we played hard tonight. You know, we didn't play very good in some places, and we gave up too much.
And with other tough teams on the horizon, the focus is to find a way to gain a win.
They're a good team, and they beat us. And you know, we got a bunch more good teams on our schedule. And the only way to keep from going 0-12 is to go to work and try to find a way to beat somebody.
Troy heads to Athens, Georgia to face Georgia this Saturday.
The soccer team hosted 2 games over the weekend and came away with victories from both. Jacob Harrison has the details on the game against Jacksonville State.
The Troy soccer team, coming off a 4-game winning streak and a 6-day break, hosted an old in-state rival, Jacksonville State. The Trojans battled through the heat to take a 3-1 victory.
We've seen this team in the past. We knew that they were going to be a hard game. You know, it was a game that, you know, we knew this is going to be a good test for us because this is going to be more what our competition's like in our conference. And you know, we're just happy that we won, and you know, we want to improve every game going forward.
Natalie Malilo got the Trojans started with a header in the 26th minute. It was the freshman's 3rd goal of the season. And in the 47th minute, junior forward Chelsea Williams came up with her 20th career goal to give the Trojans a 2-0 lead.
A great game from Chelsea today. You know, we've been waiting for her to kind of shine for us, and I think this was the game. She had one of her best games of the year, and then, you know, puts away the game winner for us, which was a phenomenal goal.
The Gamecocks answered back with a goal of their own in the 53rd minute to snap a streak of 423 scoreless minutes against Troy's defense.
Really high pressure, intense. We smother the ball any chance we get, so they have no options to pass it. So the ball doesn't really even get into our half that much, and when it does, our defenders just take it out.
Kind of been, you know, how things have been since I got here. You know, if we don't make mistakes, we're not going to give up goals. We do well defensively, and you know, we made a you know, bad judgment in there on a play, but you know, the team rebounded greatly and came back with another goal.
In the 80th minute, Alyssa Jones finally made her presence felt with the game clincher to earn her 6th goal of the season.
I think you know, she's been a really good player for us, moving her into that offensive role and putting her in a new position. I think she's learning it as she goes on and improving every game. I think it was a frustrating game for her because you come in on a 4-game scoring streak, they're gonna you know, play you pretty hard. So you know, at halftime she's like, they're just following me around. So you know, so we just made some adjustments there to try and free her up, play her in a little bit, you know, more of a wide position, and you know, it resulted in a goal there to kind of seal the game.
Jacob, Sports Now.
The soccer team then took on UAB on Sunday to finish the weekend with the 2nd win. UAB took an early lead over the Trojans as they scored in the 14th minute. The Blazers held Troy through the rest of the first half. Troy came out fighting in the second half, though. In the 52nd minute, Troy junior Jasmine Farnbauer scored to tie the Blazers. Then Farnbauer scored again, this time unassisted, in the 83rd minute. This put the Trojans up 2-1 and sealed the victory. And head coach Jason Hamilton knows they face tough competition.
UAB, a very good program year in, year out. You know, they're putting themselves up against some of the best teams in the country, and for us to to kind of, again, I mean, I think 5-0 on corner kicks, 14-10 on shots we led. So, it showed that we weren't just, we didn't just steal the game. We were in there and kind of, the aggressors, which is we want to be. So, I think each game we've improved and we continue to improve, and it just shows, I guess, where this program's going.
The soccer team is currently on a 6-game winning streak.
And for cross country, the Trojans wrapped up their second meet of the season, finishing 4th in the Azalea City Classic. Junior Julia Osendorf led the Trojans in the women's 6K race, finishing 8th overall. And for the men, Joey Geis led the Trojans to finish 24th overall. Head coach Elliot Blount says his team is improving in small steps.
I thought overall we competed better. There were still some people I would have liked to see a little bit more out of. But for the most part, men and women took a baby step forward,
The volleyball team was in Auburn over the weekend to compete in the Active Ankle Challenge. Troy fell in all 3 games in the tournament. The Trojans lost to Auburn 3-0 and then fell to South Florida 3-1. Troy then faced Winthrop in their final game, where they made it to 4 matches but lost 3-1. Troy defeated the Eagles in the first match 25-18. Winthrop then came back to win the next 3 matches and the game. Simone Shaw led the Trojans with 14 kills and was followed by Blair Winston, who had 12 kills. Ali Daldo had 19 digs for assists, and although his team put up big numbers, head coach Sonny Kirkpatrick said they didn't perform how he wanted.
This weekend we had some issues. Definitely didn't play the way we wanted to. At points it was really, really good. We just didn't sustain it through matches. We had an opportunity to possibly win 2 of the 3 matches this weekend. We did not kind of come through the challenge, so it's just working on a couple little things to try to fix some things going into conference this week.
The volleyball team then opened conference play on Wednesday night against Georgia Southern. Amy Austin was there and has the details.
As they opened conference play, the volleyball team took a 3-1 victory over Georgia Southern. The Trojans were able to open conference play at home, which added to the win.
It was always great to play at home. The conference opener is always kind of a special event, and getting a chance to spend it with our fans here. And we knew Georgia Southern was going to be really good coming in, and we weren't worried about their record. They played some really good teams, and we knew they had some outstanding players. And luckily we made stops when we had to. The
Eagles came out fighting and won the first set. Troy then was able to regain momentum and take the next 3 and the victory.
They totally took us out of the game in the first game. We made a couple little slight adjustments, but it was basically getting back to what we try to do and what we want to do. And once we started doing that, we saw the benefits of it, and then that just kind of snowballed a little bit and helped us get a little bit of momentum going forward.
Starting 1-0 in conference play is exactly how the players wanted the outcome of this game to be.
It definitely feels good to start 1-0 in conference. That's the way that we wanted to start out. That was our original goal. The first game was obviously not what we expected as a team, but how we came back is what we expect as a team, because we know that we can do that. So all of us are very proud of each other. We're proud of what we've accomplished, and we're ready to get into this weekend and keep it going.
So far this season, the Trojans are undefeated in Trojan Arena, and head coach Sonny Kirkpatrick says that's due to the overwhelming fan support.
I mean, our fans are amazing. We just, we enjoy the support at home. We know, going to our locker room and having the amenities at home, but we're comfortable on the road as well. But playing in this arena, who can not want to play in this building? We want to make it a home court advantage, and the fans are helping us do that.
Amy Alston, Trojan Sports Now.
The Trojans are now 9-4 overall and 1-0 in conference play.
And the men's golf team opened up their season this past weekend at the Kiowa Invitational and finished 4th overall. Sophomore Jared Betcher led the Trojans and tied for 3rd. Betcher split 3 birdies around 3 bogeys to finish the day with a score of 72. Tolver Dozier and Luke Moser wrapped up their weekend tied for 25th. Head coach Matt Terry credits his team's experience for playing well on a tough course.
It's good to start out that way on a very difficult golf course. That course can really eat your lunch if you let it, and we responded well to it, and that just, that lends itself to the experience we have on the team, having all 5 of those players coming back, 3 of those guys being seniors. They're used to playing the tougher golf courses, and we've played them well before.
The men will have a couple of weeks to refocus and get ready for their next tournament. Still to come on Trojan Sports Now, we'll have a preview of the soccer team's matchup as they try to keep their winning streak going.
But first, Jonathan Seller had the chance to sit down with cross-country coach Elliott Blount. Stick around for more Trojan Sports Now.